And welcome. It looks like we are officially live, right? Uh, Right? Okay. Yeah, according to this, it looks like we are officially live. We're going to have the liveliest live stream of all time. So let's see what we can squeeze out of it. Let me see. Let me just make sure that everything is actually going well on YouTube, and it appears that it is. So I can go ahead and click over here. It shouldn't be a problem. Now let me check Twitch to make sure that I'm actually live there. Trimax says, Frist. Welcome in, bud. I hope that you're having a good night so far, and thank you for being here so early. Okay, there we go. It says I'm live on both Twitch and YouTube, so it looks like we are good to go. Let me, I think I'll just toss this over there. Brown dude also says, hi, hello there. Hi, hope everything's going well. The Count Core. I hope I got that right. But I recognize you from Discord, right? Like we were just talking about coming on here. Jamuel says, saw a mic stand review, assumed that there will be a live stream. I was not disappointed. Actually, it is kind of funny how that ended up happening. So it just turned out that tomorrow night would be pretty difficult for me to be able to stream, like tomorrow night specifically. So I figured I should make up for that stream tonight rather than just canceling outright. So instead I'm doing it tonight, but it doesn't actually have to do with the well, there you go. I very much appreciate that follow on Twitch, Mr. Khan. So thank you for that. I appreciate that quite a bit. But yeah, like it doesn't really have anything to do with the mic stand review, funnily enough. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're here, for sure. And you just pronounce it Khan. Yeah, my name was basically made 10 years ago. I misspelled Conqueror. Okay, no, that makes sense. No worries. So Khan it is, bud. Lawrence Mayer, The Balancing Act. Oh, is there, like, did I miss an important piece of information here? Where did the Balancing Act come from? So is somebody going to bow down to me or not? No, unfortunately. I don't think that anybody bows on the chat. I don't think that's possible. But you know what? Your enthusiasm, your spirit is always appreciated. So there you go. There's that. Tonight instead of tomorrow. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I had to stream tonight instead of tomorrow. Hey, well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that $5 donation there. That is very much welcome. Hang on, I'm fixing my microphone arm, but I promise that I appreciate it. Okay, and there we go. Alrighty. So I'm here to answer some questions. Yes, by all means, go ahead and ask away. Okay. Yo, so it is cool if I ask the questions over here. Indeed. Are cheaper mics from Shure worth it? The only cheaper Shure microphone that I have tested so far is the MV7, which isn't really even a cheap microphone by any means. Let me switch over to just chatting. But my experience with the MV7 is that it is a pretty good microphone, and at that price tag, before the Samsung Q9U came out, I would have recommended that instead. But now that the Q9U is here, it is just a better option. The Q9U, in my opinion, sounds better. It's built better. It's got USB-C. It has a better mount per se. Like it in my opinion, it's just the better microphone for less, and I even think that it sounds better. But I haven't tested like any of the cheaper competitors, like the competitor that's direct to the Q2U over here. What mic is that? What you're using right now, by the way? Is it the Samsung Q2U? Yes, it is the Samsung Q2U, actually. I actually have my Electro Voice RE27ND over here. But because this microphone has much better sound rejection than this microphone does, especially when I have my AC on and stuff, I've been using this microphone more frequently for streaming. And it's funny because this microphone's only it's only like $70. And then this other one is like 500. So like imagine I'm dumping this one for this one at the moment, at least. Like this isn't like this one's my side, I guess. Razor Siren Elite is the best. Okay, here you have with the trolling. I will demote you from that moderator status for spouting such nonsense. You hear me? I will strip you of your power right now. No, I'm just joking. And don't worry about it. Do you have the Rode NT1? I don't have, I do not have the NT1, but I have the NT1A. Ayo? No, it's nothing like that. Sorry. No worries. No worries. I was just joking. I was just joking. Please, like, don't feel bad at all. Like feel free to celebrate the existence of the Razor Siren Elite, and I'm just gonna combat it with facts and logic, I guess. But don't feel bad about it at all. Like, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. So go on. Could I just leave the Q9U on my desk? Decently further away from me as opposed to right next to my mouth? No. You could. However, you would end up losing a lot of the quality that comes with the Q9U. So like, is the whole idea right now of upgrading your microphone or getting a new microphone, like, is it to be able to like speak with a microphone being further away? Is that what you're trying to accomplish? Like, you don't want it to be shown on camera, right? Series Elite is dog. I have to agree. It is dog poo. Siren. Got it. To use the update on the Rode USB Mini update. I don't have the Rode USB Mini. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to comment on that. But I do try to keep all of my USB microphones updated. Whenever I make a review on them, I always update the drivers if there are any to update. So it is always good to keep them up to date. Can you show me your Go XLR settings for the NT1A? Sure. I don't have the NT1A on me here. It's in the attic. But I can show you what settings I would probably use for the NT1A. But personally, I already really like how the NT1A sounds by itself, so I probably wouldn't make many changes to it. Okay, so let me switch over to the live view now. Hopefully you should see this. Okay, so this is the Go XLR right now. So it is a condenser microphone, but it does do a surprisingly good job at avoiding like noise and stuff like that. What I might do actually for the NT1A is that I might increase the de-esser a bit so that the sibilances aren't so harsh. So like maybe I would raise this to like 20% or 30% at the most when it comes to the NT1A, because you do still have like that pop filter in front of you, so like you technically still have a good amount of distance between the two. However, in the mixer settings over here, wait, is this even correct? No, it isn't. So back to the microphone. So everything here can pretty much stay the same, and quite frankly, I maybe wouldn't even bother with a noise gate. If you have like too much noise, then a noise gate might not be the way to go. But over here we do have like a basic EQ. And then there's also the fine-tuned one, which allows you to make much finer adjustments within very specific frequencies. However, to keep things simple, we're just going to keep it here, right? So we have our low end, we have our mid-range, and we have our high end over here. So for the low end, it does depend on the sound of your voice as well. So like if your voice can benefit from a little more depth, you know, like for it to sound a little bit deeper, then you might want to increase the lows at the lowest end here the most, and then like kind of create like a smooth graph over here. So do something like this. I have like 4 at the 31 hertz range, 60 at the 63 hertz range, 2, and then at the 125 hertz range, like that would be like just a 1, and then leave the 250 hertz range alone. I normally wouldn't mess around with the mids. I don't like messing around with the mids. And then to increase the presence on your microphone, you can just increase the highs a little bit like this. Like I tend to not do too much when it comes to the EQ, and this kind of goes virtually with like just about any microphone I test. But for the NT1A, this is probably the configuration I would go for. But I already really like how it sounds naturally, so I probably wouldn't mess around with it too much. Why do you stream in 480p? Good question, actually. That's not really on purpose. I think it kind of just set itself to 480p, but that's not right. Let me see. Let me check the output resolution here to see what's going on. Okay, yeah. I might have to look into this later on, but yeah, like I'm not sure why it streams at 480p. I thought that it would at least be 720p. Back to the just chatting. Seriously, the Razer Siren Mini is so underrated. Arguably the best bang for the buck USB mic. I agreed with you. Except when the HyperX Solocast came out, I just thought that the HyperX Solocast was better in every way. For $10 more, like it is supposed to sell for about $60 or so, and then, you know, like that's only $10 more than the Siren Mini. I definitely think that it's worth the extra 10. Okay, that would be ideal for me. I don't really want to sit with a microphone in front of me, and my setup has like a desk where the keyboard pulls out from a little slide, so I have to sit further back. Got it. Okay, then in that case, you don't want a dynamic microphone at all. Because like right now I'm using the Samsung Q2U. And if I stand just like this, like further away from it, let's say like maybe 3 feet away from it, sort of, this is the kind of sound that you can expect out of it. And it's not very good, and that's just the case for most dynamic microphones. From 5 feet away, I had to speak more loudly for you to hear me. So there's that. So yeah, like I would not recommend a dynamic microphone for the kind of setup that you're going with. I would go the condenser route instead, which in that case would leave you with the HyperX Quadcast. And it would also leave you with that other microphone, the JLab Talk Pro. I think that between the two, like when it comes to getting good quality while speaking from a distance, the best one might actually be the Talk Pro. But my issues with the Talk Pro is that the Talk Pro has a lot of quality control issues, especially regarding to just like the USB connection. Sometimes it'll just screech and yell. It's not a microphone that I've had a lot of great experiences with, but when you get it to work, it does sound pretty good. For sure. It has a Go XLR thing, like the Elgato Wave. Yeah, yeah, basically. The Elgato Wave does have its own software. I got suspended on Smash Bros. For changing my name to Dennis and PK firing everybody to death and teabagging. Well, there. I mean, I don't really get what Dennis means, but I guess like the teabagging part might be the part that I guess I was like, whoa, that's not family friendly enough. We have to tone this guy down. It's gonna destroy society. What mic is that? I'm using the Samsung Q2U right now. The title is What I Feel Every Day of the Week. I'm glad that it's so relatable. I kind of just like called it that because I'm supposed to stream on Friday, like tomorrow, but I won't be able to, so I'm just pretending like it's Friday today, so that I can make up for that. I bought the... Oh, hang on. I have a question. What is the better blue... Oh, like what is better, the Blue Ember or the Razer Siren X? Definitely the Blue Ember. The Blue Ember sounds way better, in my opinion, than the Siren X. I have the Razer Siren X. Oh. Well, yeah, since you asked for my honest opinion there, I would say that the Blue Ember sounds much better than the Siren X, in my opinion. Like miles better. Foolish Swami is first, okay. Trimax is first, but Foolish Swami is first, okay? Like, I just want to make that distinction. Unstoppable Trimax. The Rode NT USB Mini has a Go XLR thing, like the Elgato Wave. Oh, that much I didn't know, actually. That's interesting. I am going to check it out at some point. Like, that's for sure. But I just don't know when. It might not be this month. So this month's schedule is pretty packed. Is the HyperX Quadcast X, I think you mean S, wait, X, better than the Quadcast S? I didn't know that an X existed. So, like, as far as I know, there's only a HyperX Quadcast S, and there's a HyperX Quadcast. And that's about it. But let me look up the X over here, because maybe I'm tripping out. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, I just saw the last message. In terms of sound quality, the regular Quadcast and the Quadcast S sound identical. You're not going to get better sound out of the Quadcast S. The Quadcast S just has, I would say, I mean, USB-C, RGB lighting. It's just like very cute quality of life things, but it's nothing that it's really needed, you know? So, like, if you want to save some bucks and you're cool with red lighting and mini USB instead of USB-C, go for it. I saw your review on it, and it was pretty good. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Because both are like $100. Yeah. Both are around that price range. The Blue Ember is an XLR mic though. And then the Siren X is a USB microphone. Both of them to me are insanely different though. But the Blue is cheaper. Yes, it is cheaper. Though you do need like an audio interface in order to be able to run it, of course. Audio-Technica has a direct competitor to the Q2U, and that's the ATR 2100 USB. We'll love a comparison vid in the future, perhaps. Yeah, totally. Let me actually add that to my cart. You said ATR 2100. I didn't know that they had something like that, but I wasn't sure what the name was. I would love to give this a go. And it looks like they have another one over here as well, which is the AT2005 USB cardiodynamic microphone. But I'm going to give the more direct competitor, like the one that looks a lot more like the AT. I mean, like the Q2U, a chance here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this bad boy to my cart. Oh, and use this USB-C. Oh. There we go. Sweet. All right. I'm going to keep that in mind for sure. Do you know any USB interfaces that can work with the Chromebook? Have you done USB interface reviews? Have you reviewed ribbon microphones? Okay. A lot of questions there. Let's see how many I can address at a time. So as for USB interfaces in particular, like USB to USB, I haven't reviewed any interfaces like that. And one that can work with a Chromebook, most of them are set to work with Windows or Mac, so that's unlikely. And I wouldn't really know until you tried it. Have you done have you reviewed ribbon microphones? And the answer is no to that. I've never reviewed a ribbon microphone. I'd be down for it though. I would love to learn more about a ribbon microphone. Ribbon microphones in general. Oh, I named him after a Dad Baby. Dad Baby is a meme. Oh, I mean, like, is it some kind of egregious meme that just like pissed off Nintendo? And a rapper. The all-in-one The Show asks, what camera are you using? So to stream right now, I'm actually using the Panasonic Lumix GX85. Well, what accessories do you recommend I get for the Quadcast if I get that? Definitely an arm. I wouldn't leave it on its desk. Well, on a desk. So like I would get an arm with it. I don't think you need a pop filter for it, especially if you're going to keep it far away. You certainly don't need any kind of pop protection for it. So yeah, I mean, like, that's about it. Like, just like an arm so that you can position it wherever you're most comfortable having it. And just about any cheapo arm will work just fine with a microphone. So that's really about it when it comes to accessories. And what software should I use to mess with its settings? So there is actually Voicemeeter that you can use to mess around with the EQ settings on it. So that's going to be voice and then meter with 2 E's. So it's MEETER. That's a software that a lot of people recommend, and it's free too. Sorry for all of the questions. Oh no, please. Like this space is for you guys to ask all of your questions. Like, don't feel bad. Sorry for all of the questions, by the way, but out of all the high-end mics, I assume the Shure SM7B is the best, right? Not for myself, but as a gift to someone who wants to make a small studio at home. Out of all of the high-end microphones, it depends. It really depends on one, what kind of sound you're looking for, and two, which one works best for your voice. The SM7B is great in that it is very flexible when it comes to the EQ. It does really well with plosives. And like out of the box, it already sounds really good. Like a lot of people will be happy with the sound of the SM7B out of the box. However, I do think that a more natural sounding, like less podcast sounding microphone would be the RE20 or the RE27, you know? So like it really does depend on what sound you're trying to go for ultimately. And honestly, if I were just like starting out, I probably wouldn't even start with an SM7B. I think that instead a Q9U might actually be a more sensible option, I want to say. The 2100X is the newer version. Haha, notice the X. Oh, right. Right, of course. The X is very important. Yeah, let me just make sure that it does have that X. Ah, yes, it does. Okay. Sweet. Okay, cool. So it does have an X. Putting an X to the product makes it better, apparently. It does. It does. It definitely does. It's how I know that it's a better product if it doesn't have an X. You see, like the Razer Siren X. I mean, like with that X is actually how I know that it's a worse product than the original Razer Siren. I'm being pretty condescending right now. And also, would the SM7B be good at filtering out noises such as cars, passing by outside or loud, neighbors jumping in the ceiling? Nope, it would not. It definitely would not. And I'm saying this from experience because the SM7B, I use it in my own recording studio in the attic. And even from there, like I can still hear police sirens, I can emergency sirens. I can hear like horns, like you know, and the microphone minimally catches it. Like it's a very subtle sound, but it still catches it. The Q2U is surprisingly better at rejecting sounds like that. But I know that, you know, like you have a budget for something better than the Q2U. So I would like to recommend something that's still, you know, higher end. So like the Shure SM7B does great when it comes to sound rejection and things like that. However, when it comes to avoiding like sound coming from outside, it's like, especially with horns, sirens, and things like that, might not always be the best option. Okay, let's see. All right, Cooper Kiefer asks, do you know any good under 1K gaming laptops? Not off the top of my head. However, I do know of one brand that does make very good affordable gaming laptops, and that's going to be from Dell. So let me go ahead and take a look to see what I can find. Some specs that I like that are under 1,000. Though even these laptops have been getting more expensive, admittedly. Okay, I'm not seeing anything from Dell, so most likely Acer has something. Acer gaming laptop. Gaming. Okay, so I'm noticing one over here actually. It's a 2020 Acer Nitro 5. It's a 15.6 inch IPS Full HD display. It's got a Core i5, which is I believe this one might be a 6-core CPU, not entirely sure. It's a 9300H, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of SSD storage. And for the GPU, it's got a GTX 1650, which I think it's actually fine, considering the hardware combo and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and actually link it over here. Let's see. You asked that question on YouTube, I think. I actually don't really have direct access to YouTube from here, so I'm gonna post it on Twitch. Can somebody please like post this on YouTube as well? I would appreciate that quite a bit. So that's the link to the laptop that I was just talking about. It does seem pretty good for the money. And then if you look at the Amazon page, there's actually one that also comes with a 1TB drive for just $70 more. I would get that instead because that 1TB is going to make a difference. Let's see. I'm looking through everything right now. Are you still using the RX 100 Mark III as a webcam? No, I'm not. Since last year, I upgraded to the Panasonic Lumix GX85. So I'm using a mirrorless camera now because I wanted a wider field of view, and the Mark III wasn't really cutting it for me in that regard. Is a Quadcast a good microphone? Yes, it is. Absolutely. I think it's a very good microphone. Quex asks, well, I have a question. What do you think about the Samsung Q9U? I think it's a fantastic microphone. I think that that for that $200 budget, it is one of the best dynamic microphones that I can think of, because it does have a targeted sound. Like, it does have a sound that it wants to give you, but it is pretty cool to EQ and to mess around with. I would say that it's easier to mess around with over the Rode Procaster, for instance, which is around the price tag at around $230. So I really like the Samsung Q9U, and I've been raving about it for quite a while. I do think it's a really, really good microphone. Sad, I am so sorry if I saw your message pretty late, but hi. It's good to see you. Quex, I want to know if I should get the Samsung Q9U for streaming and recording. It depends on your budget. You need... well, you can use the Q9U as a USB microphone, so I think it is a very good value, in fact. What is your opinion on Minecraft? I think that Minecraft is fun in the right dosage. Like, I mostly prefer the creative mode in Minecraft personally over survival. One, because yes, I am bad at survival, but two, I kind of just like making things. I like creating. And creative mode lets me do that. The person mostly does voiceover / gets hired for audio stuff, such as Rosetta Stone. So I was wondering what a good microphone for them would be. Do you still say the Q9U would be better over the SM7B? Oh, okay. Well, if he's doing professional work, then at that point, the SM7B would be the pick I would go with. I thought that it was going to be more so like personal projects and things like that. But if he is doing professional work, such as Rosetta Stone, then in that case, like, you can definitely justify an SM7B. In that case, that's actually the microphone I would go for even. However, when it comes to clarity and things like that, I would actually recommend a different type of microphone. And that would be the Rode NT1A, because when it comes to the NT1A, the NT1A is made specifically for getting a natural sound. For getting a natural sound and a clear sound as well, while the SM7B is still going to give you like that like podcast-esque sound to it. So the Rode NT1A might actually be the better option, I think, but the SM7B on the dynamic front might be a more sensible one too. Like if he's looking for something with great sound rejection, the SM7B would be a better option. That would still sound great. But if clarity is more important, then the Rode NT1A will be a better option, I think. I'm sorry if I'm like tossing out a bunch of like ultimatums and stuff. Should I get a SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL and swap it for my Razer Huntsman TE? I'm not too familiar with that keyboard in particular, to be completely honest with you. I do have a I think that the keyboard I have is a Huntsman. But yeah, like, I haven't really tested that many different mechanical keyboards myself, so I wouldn't really be able to help you out there. I'm sorry. What mic would you recommend that could filter stuff like that out? Well, again, like, the U2U does a great job at filtering that stuff out. However, I think that the stuff that can really help with that is just to add some sound dampening solutions. Like, even stuff like adding like a thick blanket onto the windows and stuff like that, or just creating like a sound booth, which is like just like having like a sound booth would also help quite a bit. So something like that would be better, because as far as I'm aware, there aren't really any microphones that can like truly filter out those sounds all that well without some kind of external help regardless. Dell, okay. Yeah, so Dell makes good budget gaming laptops, but so does Acer, you know. So Acer would still be a good way to go about things. Please answer this question. Do you think the Samsung Q9U is a good microphone for streaming and recording audio? The answer is absolutely. I think it sounds fantastic. It's a great sounding microphone for sure. For doing both, I actually have the Q9U somewhere down here. But yeah, like the Q9U is a very, very good microphone, in my opinion. Some people have like their reservations on it. Saad says, "Hi, I have nothing to say this time. Just thank you for the streaming." Oh, no worries. I very much appreciate you stopping by either way. I do. When your channel grows to hundreds of thousands of subs, I'm going to go full hipster and comment, "I've been subscribed since less than 10k subs. You deserve more subs, dude." Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. The algorithm does not love me, though. So, unfortunately, growth has been pretty slow, but it is still there. It is still there. And I am grateful to everyone that's watching right now as well, for being around. Do you think the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL is worth it? I don't know. I've never tested it, and I haven't really heard much about it on my own end. So again, I am sorry about that. Thank you so much for answering my question. Yeah, no worries. And if you have any more, I mean, I'm right here to serve. Also, do you have any headphones to recommend under $100 that don't project sound on the outside? Okay, so what you want is a closed back pair of headphones. And for that, I would recommend the Audio-Technica ATH M40X. For sure. I think that those headphones sound very good. Now, wait, like you're looking for wired or wireless headphones? I should actually ask about that. Or the Razer Huntsman. I mean, I like my Huntsman. I think that it is a really great keyboard. So like I can vouch for that keyboard just fine, but I can't really speak on the SteelSeries one because I just don't really know anything about it. So which high-end microphone would you recommend that could also filter out the annoying background noise, such as loud neighbors jumping on the ceiling? Again, I don't think that there's really any high-end microphone that can do that. So what I would recommend is for him to get the SM7B, and for him to have a sound booth around him. And by a sound booth, I'm actually referring to one of these. This will do wonders for him. Something like this. I'm gonna try to share the link right now. Or not, I guess. Okay. Thing is, I don't have like direct access to YouTube's chat right now, and I can't like type it out on Streamlabs, unfortunately. So I'm trying to see how I can share it, but basically, screw it. Oh, you can send it over on Discord. Okay, fair enough. I'll do it there. Where is that Discord link? Here we go. Okay, audio gear. Alright, there you go. I left it there. So something like that could help out quite a bit. But ideally, maybe he might want to get something else. Like something that offers more protection overall, if he's willing to spend more as well. Like something like this would help a lot in like covering him up. You know, like making sure that he doesn't have any kind of distractions or anything like that. So let me go ahead and drop that link on the Discord as well. Let me go ahead. There you go. Hopefully that helps. I have the TE and I want to know if the Apex Pro is better. Again, no idea. They're both the same, but just at the... Oh, okay. Well, someone's got your back there. I'm starting to think that you're secretly sponsored by Samsung from all of the good comments that you give to them. You know, I wouldn't blame you for thinking so. And it's because I really do think highly of their products. I really think that they do a really good job when it comes to their microphones. I have tested 3 of their microphones so far. The QTU, the Q9U, and also the Samsung G-Track Pro, which is a USB-only microphone. And I think that they all sound very good for what they are. So they honestly just have me like very dumbfounded and surprised with how good they are. I wish I was sponsored by them. That way, I could just be like, and this live stream is sponsored by Samsung. But, you know, like that unfortunately is only a pipe dream. Who knows if I'll ever actually get their attention, though. Yeah, my bad. That question was before you answer that. Oh, no worries. No worries. I apologize. And yes, I did send the links over Discord, and it seems like you got them. You're very welcome, by the way. And yeah, again, I am here to serve and to protect. However, Saturday stream, I'm very excited for Saturday stream, because on Saturday stream, we're going to have a long-ass stream, and we're going to be playing video games. As for what video game I'm going to be playing, I still haven't entirely decided. I actually might be playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 or Kingdom Hearts. I don't have Nier Replicant yet, so I wouldn't be streaming Nier Replicant. And eventually, I would like to stream Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne as well. But again, like, we'll see about that. So, like, essentially what I'm thinking is that on Saturday, we're probably going to have, like just, like, 1 hour or, like, 30 minutes of just, like, waiting for people to, like, jump in onto the stream. And just, like, talking and stuff like that. And then we would have about, like, 2 hours of just, like, gaming, commentary, and things like that. Obviously, like, I'd be responding to chat just as always. And then after that, we would just, like, dedicate the last hour to just do, like, just chatting and just, like, talking. Like, pretty much how we're doing now and all. The stream would still start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which means that it would end up ending at, like, 12 a.m. Eastern Time. So I do apologize for that. It could be pretty late for some of you. So I do apologize in advance for that if it ends up getting in the way. But yeah, that's essentially the plan for Saturday streams. Tonight, unfortunately, because I do still have work to do after the fact, in a bit, I will be heading off. And it is actually because I am working on a game review, like a very long retrospective review of a game for my second channel. And that review is actually in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And I'm thinking that this review is going to end up being like about an hour long. So I would like to prepare that review and just like make sure that it is done on time. Because considering how long it has taken me to like record all of the game footage, write out the 32-page script for it and all, and finally record everything upstairs, which took a couple of hours to do, as in like the voiceover part, like just like reading out the entire script. I think that it is going to be just an interesting one, and I don't know, hopefully it'll even act as like a sleeping pill, because I'm pretty much like speaking into the microphone just like this, but I recorded it with the Shure, some 7B. So I don't know, like hopefully it'll just be like a calming, soothing review of a Dragon Ball game. Hopefully I succeed in that regard. And if you aren't interested in watching it, that review should be up within the next day or two. I am back. Welcome back. If anybody is interested in that review, though, then do take a look at the Francisco Ferreira Vlogs channel. I think I only have 8 subscribers on that one at the moment, since I've only done like Yu-Gi-Oh! Card unboxings over there and stuff. But yeah, I think it's going to be an adventure for the rest of the games. After the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot review comes out, I'm going to be doing Final Fantasy 15 and kind of like addressing how devastating it was that we didn't get the rest of the DLC that we were supposed to get with the game. And then after that, we'll see what other game comes about. But yeah, like just because of how long these are going to take to make, clearly, I'm most likely just going to be like doing them maybe once every 2 weeks, or maybe not even have like a frequency for them and just upload them whenever they're ready, which is probably like the better way to go about it. So yeah, there is that. Oh, and Brown Dude has not commented in a bit. I hope everything is going well on your end, buddy. What is your channel called? Well, the second channel is called Francisco Ferreira Vlogs. I'll go ahead and actually drop a link on Twitch. Hang on just a sec. And okay, yeah, here I go. Yep. All right, it's gonna be dropped in right on Twitch. So yeah, feel free to subscribe over there if you are interested, indeed. But with that said, I think that not everybody is having a chill night for the rest of the night, which means that I am very much going to be heading out so that I can continue working on that review. So, thanks to all of you for jumping in tonight. And I do wish you all a wonderful night. I will be back again on Saturday. Not Friday, but Saturday. And we're going to have a much longer live stream as promised, of course. A lot more time to spend together, if anything. So, have a good night to you, Cown. Have a good night to you, Unstoppable Trimax. Have a good night, Jim Wong, Giovanni. Tonic, have a wonderful night. Sod, have a wonderful night. Cooper, Kiefer, Quacks, all of you that jumped in tonight, I wish you all a wonderful night, and I do hope to see you on the next live stream. So, oh, and the gamers, thank you for stopping by. See ya. Have a good night, everybody. Until next time, until Saturday.